All right, guys, we're at it again. We're down in southern Arkansas. Today we're gonna be fishing Lake Dierks. Never been here before. It's kind of a smaller lake, but we've heard that there is some good crappie and a good population in here. So we're gonna get out here and chase them. It's late fall, and so we'll get out there and see if we can get at them. Here's what we're looking for, is all these schools of shad set up in here, and then all these shad out to the side. We know we're in a lot. We'll start sitting down here and start seeing if we can see some single crappie sitting up above these things. That didn't take long, did it? There we go. Well, everybody, that did not take us long. We're just sitting here getting set up, and I come up to my live scope and look around, and there's two targets, still one on there. So I need to catch him. Anyhow, caught him right off the bat. Looks a good day, kind of windy, but I think we'll be all right. There we go. Hooked on one there, there's a good one. Oh, these are fighting some gun. Tell you what, these whites are fighting. There we go. All right. Well, we caught one the first cast or two, and now we're just trying to kind of put it together and see what's going on here. So we're coming into a few though, and they're a nice size. We're not disappointed. Oh, he nicked it. Real. Boom. There he laid into one, boys.
Don caught one.
Oh, even Don caught one.
Is it a white bass?
No, don't get him in the trolling motor. Oh no. There you go. Ain't no white bass. Let's see what you got. There you go. Pull one in. Good job, Don. Hey, good job, buddy. There's one. Got one of them there, boys. Man, they are fighters, though, ain't they?
Yeah, they are. Really good fighters. Nice stuff.
There's some. Peel one of them off. You're way behind. Oh, there you go. Maybe again. Oh, here he comes. Bam! Smoke City. Smoke City.
Big one.
Big one.
Really big one.
Net.
I mean, talking really
Big old white bass. Ain't it?
No, big crappie.
Oh, dang. You want me to net him? Flip him.
No,
That's a
it's
white bass.
bass.
He's a white bass catcher.
Golly.
You catch a white bass in a lake, it ain't even got no white bass.
Good
There. Good. Show him to the folks right here. Hold him up there. Big white bass. Okay, guys, we've got out here, started scanning around a little bit, finding the bait fish. That's going to be your number one thing that you're looking for in a day, or that's what I'm looking for, is shad. Wherever you find the shad, that's where the crappie's going to be at. So we got out in the lake, out in the channel. They come out into those deeper channels in the fall and winter time, and so we're just looking for the shad. So we've set the live scope down, and we've started catching a few fish, but I'm going to show you kind of the two setups, what we're dealing with today, according to how we're finding those fish. So first setup, and what I started out with today, is this 7/6 split grip, and I've got 10-pound braid down to a fluoro leader. That's pretty much what I always use, but I'm using a little heavier jig head today. Still have it paired with the shank, but I'm just using a heavy jig head and just a swivel. It's not weighted or anything. And I'm using this, and if those fish are sitting up a little shallower, that's what I'm using. You know, 10 foot or 15 foot or less, and it's calm and they're just sitting there. This is a really good go-to setup. So for the next one, and what I've been using again mostly today, when the wind is blowing or whenever they're a little bit deeper in the water column, whenever you're catching a little deeper, I'm back to that 1/8 ounce jig head, ACC jig head with the Shank ACC plastic. Same 10 pound, same leader, except for I have either a weighted swivel or a heavier sinker up here up on top. That's getting it down there to them faster, because a lot today the fish have been kind of moving a little slow, and you want to get down there to them a little quicker, you know, to pull them up there to you. So that ought to explain to you guys a little bit of what we're using, how we're targeting these fish just out here in open water. I coaxed him into playing the game, son. Coaxed him into playing the game.
You got to participate finally, didn't you?
That's fun. Yeah, that's fun. I don't know. Oh, it's a big crappie. Well, it was 4 big crappie. Yes, sir. There's 4 dandies sitting there. Pulled one of them off. Pretty good in there. Okay, guys, I'm gonna give you a little tip here. I get asked a lot, but mainly I see this a lot with pretty much every guy that I fish with whenever they're learning live scope and fishing open water, but also fishing brush piles, just the way that crappie react. When I'm casting into these fish, whether it's a single target or multiple fish sitting there or a brush pile, I'm trying to keep that bait and the jig up above them. You know, I'm trying to keep it up above them, maybe a foot or so, whatever it takes at the water clarity. I'm trying to stay up above them, and I'm looking for that very first fish to kind of turn up, or you'll see it kind of brighten up in your screen. You can tell that he's kind of locked onto that bait. Once you see that happen, I'm immediately starting to pull that bait away from him, and I keep a constant pull away from the fish. When he starts coming a little faster, I start reeling a little bit faster, and it kind of gets that reaction bite to kind of fire off. I did this as well, but a lot of people that I've fished with, it's just your natural reaction is when the fish starts coming is to drop it back down to him, and almost every time it'll push that fish back down. It'll turn him off. They won't bite. So they're either going to bite it or not. You know, when you're pulling it away from them, that's my thoughts on it. So when they start coming, start pulling it away from them, burn it away. They're either going to run up there and hit it, or they wasn't going to bite it anyway. So that's just a tip I thought I'd show you, and it's very helpful to get those, you know, finicky fish to go ahead and latch on. Oh, that's got to be stripers or white bass. It's either white bass or loggerhead crappie. You're in them too right there. Oh, they followed you up. I mean, this thing is fighting now. Big old white bass. Fighting so good. Ugh. You can lift that in. You can lift anything in. Yeah, that's a dead again white bass and a half right there. Catching mixed species again today. Mixing in a few white bass with these crappie that we're catching. white, another white. I told you. Guys, if you ever need a guided white bass, need old Donnie boy. You better do it quick. Right there. That's a tank. He's afraid, he's kind of scared to touch fish, but other than that, he's not too bad.
I got a tip for all you guys that are going fishing with guys like Kyle. When he starts telling you, you got one coming, you got one coming, you got one coming, bam! Usually you're gonna set the hook on nothing because he's telling you to hit that fish about a half a second before that fish hits. And then, of course, it's your fault when that happens. So anyway, just keep that in mind. And don't argue with him when it's over with. It's your fault, okay? All right. Have fun.
Here he comes, big boy. There's yours coming through. That other one's, you need to come up a little. Come up, there you go. You see it now. Right up above it. Right up, right. Now drop it down on him. Okay, now come up. Now start reeling, start reeling. Boom. Oh, double, son. Oh, double trouble. Get him in here. All right. Keep him on there. Let's show him up. Look here what we got, guys. A double. Come on, baby. Get another double. Come on. Up. Right there. Start coming up. Here he comes. Start coming up. Yeah, just keep it coming up. Keep it coming. Here it comes. Boys, if you don't like that, you got something wrong with you. There's a double, son. We still got more. Look at that. You can't beat it. 2 doubles in a row, ain't it?
Others.
I would too. You got 3 sitting right there at 25 foot.
If I can see them. Oh, yeah, here. Oh, I've got
We
one
got
coming.
It's a triple double, son. It's a triple double. That's 3 triples. Yes, 3 triples. People's gonna think we're just hooking the same one. Okay, guys, that's gonna do it for us today here on Dierks Lake. We have had an absolute blast today chasing these crappie that are just free ranging out here in the channel. We found them out here. We found the shad, and then we just started scanning around until we found kind of the honey spot of where they were holding today, sitting up in 20 to 25 foot of water up above those shad. So I have the 34, the LVS 34 transducer. The one thing I like about it is you can see like 65 to 80 feet separation. We were catching a lot of those targets, a lot of the crappie out at 65, 70 feet today, some of the farthest that I've ever done. But I'd kind of get the boat going at them and then just use that momentum to kind of ease up on them. And once we got, 60 to 70 feet, we were already pitching on them and a lot of times pulling them out. When you catch one fish out of that school, it seemed like that school would bust up and then you'd have to go on to the next. Sometime we got on a few where we were picking multiples out of it if we could hit them real fast, but then they would kind of go on. So anyways, that's gonna wrap it up. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you guys on the next video.